Hi everyone, welcome back to the Divine Feminine Energy channel. So in today's pick a card reading, we're doing a very exciting topic. We're looking into how your style, your aesthetic, your creative powers are evolving. And we're also looking at how people will be perceiving you through this evolvement, through this leveling up. So you can pick one or multiple of the piles. Pile 1 is the Thecla, Divine Feminine. Pile 2 is Ariadne, the Divine Feminine. And pile 3 is Freyja, the Divine Feminine. So yeah, let's get started.
Hi Pawan, and welcome back to the Divine Feminine Energy channel. So today I'm back with another pick a card reading, and we're looking into how your aesthetic, your style is changing and evolving. So yes, this can be about like how your appearance is evolving, but for those in the creative field, it can also be about like how your craft, like your aesthetic, your creative like expression in your craft is evolving. But it's gonna be, all about creation and aesthetic and how, yeah, you are glowing up in that field. So let's start with the Divine Feminine Oracle cards. Spirit, for pile 1, how is their aesthetic, how is their style evolving? And we're also going to take a look at like how people will be perceiving this like new aesthetic style creation that you're putting out there. All right, I love this card. We have Thecla, the prophetess of true power. I call back my power from all times and all places. I am my own. Love this. So, pile 1, I'm really seeing this also always reminds me, obviously, because of the lion there, but also the whole kind of energy that she's giving off is strong Leo energy. It reminds me of maybe you guys are, yeah, for some of you, like when we're talking about style, aesthetic, the way you're dressing or the way that people are going to notice you, I feel like maybe you're for those who wear makeup, like your eyes, maybe you are giving a little bit more definition to the eyes, like you have beautiful eyes and lips. I feel like those two features of your face really come out very, very strongly. So some of you might be experiencing like a little bit more like with makeup and how to divine, I wanted to say, to give definition to the features of your face that you know you like. And I feel for a lot of you, like you have these beautiful intense eyes and you have these beautiful lips, so you might be kind of emphasizing more on that. Or for some of you, I even feel like maybe skincare routine because her skin is popping. Maybe you're really focusing on um, for those who wear makeup. I'm also looking into other things. I'm not just looking into the way that you look, just so you know. But I see for some of you, like it's defining the eyes and the lips and a little bit of a softer like skin. Whoa, skin. But what I'm really seeing is that the creation, the aesthetic that you're carrying is really about looking after yourself a lot more. It's about like putting yourself first, and people are going to start noticing. I feel like the way that you carry yourself, maybe, yes, it does have to do with putting in a little bit of extra time, maybe to look good, or you are always beautiful no matter the makeup or not the makeup. It doesn't matter, but it's like feeling good and exuding that through maybe like spending a little bit more time on yourself. And I think people are really gonna notice that, yeah, your creative expression might actually be through like makeup. For a lot of you is what I'm seeing, through makeup, or like maybe you're being a little bit bold. The word bold is coming out in your craft. So, for example, if you're a creative, I feel like you're starting to, I don't know, for some of you, it might be like rapping, or it might be like your voice being a little bit louder, or like speaking up on things in a bit more of a powerful way. Like we have this very watery, soft energy. This pile gives you more fire. So maybe you guys, if you're a creator, I see you maybe a little bit more louder beats, or for example, like I said, like rapping or like louder sounds. There's something about, I feel like, expressing yourself a little bit more. I don't know, I keep hearing loud and bold. So even if it's like the way you're carrying yourself, um, it's not like you're going to be on the background in the background any longer. I feel like the way you're carrying yourself, Pawan, is really as this person who is meant to be, you know, in the spotlight. Um, Actually owning the attention that you get. That's really what I'm seeing. Like there is a level of power that is coming with your whole aesthetic and style. Like this is who I am, this is what I'm good at, and I know that what I have to say or what I'm creating is important and I deserve the recognition. It's like overall you guys being on in the forefront, you know, of what you're doing, being, honestly, I hear like one of the best in what it is that you're doing. And I know that is a very big thing to say, but that's how you're carrying yourself. Like you're starting to believe in that creative power. So if you're doing makeup, or if your expression is on the outside, you're gonna do it well. If you're doing, if you're a psychic medium, you're going to step into that role of really knowing what you're talking about and trusting that knowledge and exuding it in a way that it's very like, wow, this person knows what they're talking about. Or if you're in music or art or anything else, it's like your music is really going to speak for itself. Like it's really going to be quite powerful, is really what I'm hearing. And maybe for some of you, I hear just upbeat, like louder beats. For I don't know why I hear that. I love this. We have Pope Joan, the Pontiff of possibilities. The possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. I love that. Look at her again. When we're talking about the aesthetic, there's even a little bit of regality, and I think the regality is mostly the way you're carrying yourself with worth, the way your work is very, very valuable to you. The way you are very, very valuable to you. Anything that you put out, people are going to recognize it as something of value. Whether that's putting yourself out there, whether that's, like I said, your art. I keep making the same sum up, but you know what I mean. Um, and it's like the possibilities are limitless because the soul is limitless. And you know something else I heard, which is quite funny. Well, quite funny. It's quite cool that it comes up in readings like this. Maybe you're even, for some of you, you're even playing a little bit with gender roles in your creative expression. Because she has, maybe to look at a feminine face, but she's dressed in a way, maybe, you know, I don't necessarily decipher between the two, but it's what I just felt like. She's dressed in maybe a little bit more of a masculine way. So maybe some of you are like, you know what? In my art, in the way that I'm carrying myself, there's always going to be something that you don't expect, that you don't see coming. Maybe the one day you get into that feminine energy a little bit more in your craft, where you're a little bit softer, a little bit more receptive, and the other day it's like, bitches, like I'm here. I don't know why that's not very masculine, but you know, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like more loud, more out there. It's kind of like you guys, through your creative expression, through your aesthetic, the possibilities are limitless. every time you're doing something different, even if it's like you dress a little different, or you change your beats, or maybe within like your makeup or the way that you carry yourself, you're starting to see, I see pile one, you don't tie yourself down to like a one aesthetic or one way of being or one way of creating. You're constantly evolving and glowing up because you don't allow yourself to be in a box. Some of you, like I said, maybe even a little bit of androgynous expression, where it's like, why do we have to be one thing? Can we not just be whoever we are? Why does that have to be put in a box? I'm not going to allow myself to be put in a box. I'm going to express myself however I feel like expressing myself. I love this reading so far. Yeah, we even have, I'm not going to take this card all the way through, but I'm just going to show it. We have Queen of the Outsiders, Sarah Lacali. So yeah, you guys are going to take that outsider role, maybe that role of what once felt like something you were ashamed of or something you were bullied into, and you're going to make it your superpower. It's like, for example, maybe someone always because of your uniqueness, people always wanted you to kind of be on the background because they felt like if she or he would be in the spotlight, no, we don't need someone who is like that to be in the spotlight. I don't know, I'm just hearing something. And maybe for some part of your life it was like, okay, I'm gonna shy back a little bit because, and now you're like, you know what, no, the things that make me unique, the things that make me this so-called outsider are actually where my superpower lies, and every part of me should be celebrated and seen. So it's like, yeah, I see some of you guys really cool way of expression in a almost contradictive way, like people think you're one thing and you switch it up, you're also this, or the one, you're just never the same, and that's your style, that's your aesthetic, and that's what people are noticing about you, like, wow, this person is really owning all of that unique, even to some people strange qualities and expressions that you guys have. All right, let's do a little bit more. How is Pawan's style, aesthetic, creations, how is this evolving? Yeah, it's really beautiful. We have running in reversed. That's what I'm seeing. You guys aren't there to repeat the same old cycle that everyone else is doing. You're not there to walk around in Uggs and a hoodie, I'm not shaming anyone who does, those are comfortable. But you know what I mean. It's just an example. You could do it. If you want to do it, you will do it. It's not like you care. You do it just to stand out. It's like, I don't have to be one thing. I don't have to follow the crowd. I don't have to do this. But if some days I might feel like wearing something more simple, that's okay too. It's kind of like you guys just don't allow yourself to put in a box. And I think you're starting to really not run from the attention that you get for being who you are, because maybe when you were younger, you already had some very unique features or a very unique way of expressing yourself, or a unique voice of any of those things, and you kind of, instead of being in that power of your uniqueness, you kind of felt shamed into being different, And now you're, like I always say, you make it your bitch. You make it work for you. You make it like something to be proud of, something to own. So even your ideas, maybe you're someone that I feel, Pawan, you're a visionary. Like, whoa. you have these visions in your mind that people might, if you try and explain it to them, they're like, no, that doesn't go together. That combination doesn't go together. But you do it anyway, and it's very creative. Like, for example, one of my favorite artists, Rosalia, she combined like flamenco with pop music, for example. And maybe if you would say that to traditional like flamenco like artists, for example, they would be like, what? No. For example, I'm not saying that everyone would respond that way, but the way she incorporated those two things that actually normally contradict each other, you know, or normally that's how people view it. And she created such a unique, like, lane of her own when it comes to music. Maybe you guys are meant to do something where you're gonna be creating something very unique because you're making things that others aren't able to see as fit together. And maybe it is about combining very masculine aspects of yourself with very feminine aspects of yourself. Maybe it's just about, you know, carrying yourself where it's like, I can be sweet, I can be soft, I can be caring, I can be receptive, intuitive, but I can also call a bitch out when I have to. I can also like be confident and assertive, and maybe all of that is going to be reflected in your aesthetic art creation, whatever it is that you're doing. All right, okay, I love this reading thus far. I'm gonna close it off with some zodiac signs. Pile 1, how are they like? I heard, how are they shocking the world? That's not even what I wanted to ask. But for some of you, you are going to like shock people, but maybe in a way where you even wake people up. Yeah, we have Gemini. Yeah, I love Gemini, Mercury. So I have a lot of Gemini placements, and what I love about Gemini is the duality, you know, and I think that's coming through so strong in your reading. It's like, I'm not one thing. You cannot categorize me. You cannot, it's almost like you cannot catch me as well. With the running card, it's like, maybe people around you think like, oh, now I see through pile 1. Now I can get them in my grip. Now I can have, you know, now I can mimic them, or now I can place them. And it's like, whoop, whoop, like, nope, you thought you knew, and I switch up. You thought you knew, and I switch it up. But there's an incredible amount of intelligence that comes with your creative process. So even when I feel like your aesthetic, the way you carry yourself, creation, it could have to do with a message you communicate. Like for some of you, I feel like you're even becoming wiser, more articulate, smarter, because you're constantly evolving by not sticking to one thing. Maybe you guys are even learning multiple things at this time and incorporating it in one way or another at some given point into your art, in your creation, into your aesthetic. There is definitely an energy of learning and an energy of contradicting and combining, and you know, that's energy. Okay, let's see a little bit more. We have Cancer rising. All right, so sorry, I'm doing this with still some eclipse energy in the air. The Cancer rising, it kind of makes me feel like we have this moon energy, and I think for some of you what I'm hearing is parts of you that you've always had but sort of been hidden starting to surface more, you know? So for example, maybe a lot of you were always perceived either as more masculine, more loud, more outgoing, or you were always perceived as a bit more like sweet and caring and nurturing. But you've always known that you had both of these sides quite equally strong. It was just that one of those sides may have been more visible to the outside world. Oh my god, I'm like almost choking up here. I don't know what it is. One of those sides might have been more visible to the world. And I feel like that's kind of what you guys are doing. You guys are balancing so much within masculine femininity, or even if you want to name those things, because some of you I hear, I don't even like naming those things. I'm just embracing all of me. I don't care about whatever terminology you like to put on it. I get that. I've been thinking about that a little bit myself as well. But it's like you're showing the parts that have been hidden to others, but you all already knew that that's who you are, you know? Or you're starting to really get into that more. Yeah, we have the sun in Scorpio and we have the sun in Sagittarius. For some of you, I even hear something when it comes to a little bit of aggression or assertion, with especially like the Leo energy as well. Maybe you guys are also really becoming a lot more comfortable with, I'm hearing, saying things exactly how it is, like speaking truths. But maybe part of you, people thought, oh, this person's always so sweet with what they're saying. They're also always so nurturing. And you are, because if you have a choice to be sweet to people, you will. But there's also this side of you coming up, maybe a little less, I wouldn't say less caring, but a little less careful. That's what I want to say. A little less careful. It's like, if I got something to point out, if I got something to say, and I know it's a value, I'm going to say it, even if it's not always articulated in the sweetest, most kind, most caring way, because sometimes I have to speak from a little bit more of an assertive energy. And I think you guys are carrying yourself in general, or maybe you're on its way to carry yourself with a lot more confidence. And it's really that attitude, like, I'm hearing like, I don't give a but I don't think it's true that you don't give a damn, you know? It's just kind of like, I don't give a damn about your opinions of me, about your expectations of me, of your expectations of what everyone should freaking act like it or don't, you know, take it or leave it, but I'm not gonna be in the background any longer. Damn, there's some fire coming through, Pawan. And lastly, we have the moon in Libra. I love how these energies are so like, they're actually kind of contradicting themselves. Because on the one hand, I'm like, fire, fire. And then the moon in Libra gives me this vibe of, yeah, but I'm at peace with how I feel. Like, I'm good. Like, there's this energy of, you have this fire, but you're not worried. Oh my god, I hear cats fighting. Oh my god, they're like demolishing each other. What is happening? Okay, I hope. This is weird. Do you hear that? My cat is safe. My cat is sleeping in the bed. I don't know, but this must have some sort of meaning. I'm gonna pull a card just to see why this is happening, because there is a lot of fire. So I wonder, maybe it could represent that in your field, in whatever it is that you're doing, maybe there is a lot of competitive behavior. There's a lot of, I don't know. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. What the frick? What's going on? Maybe there's a lot of competitive behavior about getting to the top, and you guys are kind of just with this peaceful energy. I feel like you're starting to really look at life more as, I'm in a league of my own. You know, I don't mean to be in competition with anyone other than myself, my own demons, you know, and still you wouldn't be in competition with it. You would work to kind of build with it, you know? So, but there is a little bit of aggression that I pick up on in the energy. So I don't know if that is something you're currently experiencing or what is really going on. Maybe let's see. Why is this kind of fighting or competitive energy coming up for my Pile Wands? Yeah, we have the jealousy card. Maybe there's even, without you noticing, because I feel like you guys are really working on your own power and your own things. Maybe even for some of you, I'm seeing that behind the scenes you're actually causing a lot of upheaval. You're actually causing people to, I don't know, maybe have a lot of feelings and opinions about what it is that you're doing, or people that are jealous of what you're doing. And I see you kind of just being oblivious to it because you're so focused on your own goal. You're kind of not noticing it that much. That's what I'm hearing. Oh, we have date night. Again, everything I see, or everything, that's a little bit exaggerated, but a lot of the things I see, even within the Cancer symbol, I saw this, you know, like the duality of two things. And with the date night, two glasses, yeah, you might even romantically got people like fighting over you or wanting to take you out. And you're just like, what? Where? When? Huh? What's going on? I don't know, something about that cat fight, maybe some like a little cat fight going on. And I see you guys like like I literally saw this spiritual vision of you guys kind of just looking out the window, not even knowing what the fuck you're staring at, and kind of being at peace. And around you there's a lot of chaos. Like it's something that kind of might be hidden from you, or something that's going on that you cannot really physically see. The competitive side of either maybe you're starting to look and be better and people really get pressed, or what's going on in your field, like you're protecting yourself from it. I don't know. Let me know about what your interpretation of that is, because for me it's difficult to read because I feel like it's not completely meant to be seen. All right, Pawan, that's your reading. Thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below. Let me know in the comments down below. And hopefully I'll see you again on one of my other readings. Bye. Hi Paul 2, and welcome to the Divine Feminine Energy channel. Let me just fix, oh my god, this real quick. Yeah, welcome back. We're doing a pick a card reading where we're looking into how your aesthetic, your style, your creativity is evolving and what are people noticing about it. So yes, we're looking into the physical, like aesthetic, creativity, but it could also be like related to your work. If you're a creator, if you like put things out there in a creative way. So yeah, we're just gonna see what comes through and keep it as open as we possibly can. For my beautiful, beautiful pile 2 spirits, how is their aesthetic, their style, their creative energy evolving? Love this. We have Ariadne. I don't know if I pronounce this right. The mistress of the labyrinth. My soul knows the way, and the only way out is through. All right. And I want to take one more before reading the cards because I felt drawn to both of these. We also have the white buffalo calf woman, the prophetess of the sacred way. My heart is a compass, the path of love is true abundance. All right, so let's talk about this. There is something about movement, motion. I will put the cards here in a second for you guys to see, but it'll help me to first kind of get the clues by really looking at the cards. So I hope that's okay for you. So we have my soul knows the way. The only way out is through. Are you guys maybe currently going through a little bit of a shakeup? We also have the solar eclipse. There's something about thunder, there's something about lightning, there's something about you guys maybe going through a massive shift as of right now, is what I'm hearing. So when it comes to the aesthetic, when it comes to the style and the creation, I think you're starting to carry your wisdom, your strength, the things that you've been through as a lot more of your, like of carrying it with dignity, with power. Maybe there's been a significant point of your life where sometimes, the things that you've been through, the struggles that you've gone through, you kind of scooted a little bit under the table, like, oh no, I don't want to make this about me, I don't want to like put my problems out there because maybe people think like it's too much, it's too intense. But right now, you guys are shifting and understanding that sharing your story, sharing what you've been through, how you've come out of what you've been through, allowing that vulnerability, allowing what it took for you to go through it, isn't dumping your stuff on someone else, especially not if you're aware of how you communicate what it is that you've gone through. Like, it's different. Let me give an example. If people come to me and they're like, my life is fucked, everything's fucked, what the fuck do I do about it? Fix it. This is very dramatic example. But but if they do that, then I'm like, girl, I'm not here to like give you all the answers. Like, you have to figure some stuff out yourself. But if someone is coming to me and they're like, you know what, I've been going through a very difficult cycle, I've been going through a lot of things, and I realized that there were some things that I had to work on, but I made the effort and I really want to be better, and that's kind of where I'm going. Maybe these are lousy examples, but like the way of how you speak about things that you've gone through. I think you guys are learning about, I hear vulnerability and about being okay with showing the world at times that you're not okay. And showing realness doesn't have to be dumping things onto others, because there is a underlying message for some of you that maybe subconsciously you have felt like you were a lot or too much for some people at times. But right now you're carrying your challenges, your lessons, as something that is okay to talk about. And I think there is something falling away from you guys when it comes to authenticity, not falling away, sorry. There is a blockage falling away so you can get to becoming more and more of an authentic version of yourself. Because I even had a little bit of a pre-channeling before doing this video, about this topic. Sometimes we carry ourselves, and God, I have a hand of it as well, I really do. We carry ourselves in a way where it's like we're showing parts of ourselves that we're comfortable with showing. I'll be honest with you, I tried to be on camera today with a little makeup, not my hair done, but still there's part of me that kind of wants to perfect the way I look a little bit, and for some of you guys that might be different, but I'm speaking about this specific thing because I've been dealing with it myself, and maybe there's a reason because maybe some of you have as well. When it comes to the aesthetic, when it comes to the style, or when it comes to the way you carry yourself, maybe part of you, or part of what you've seen around you. You know, this is bigger than us. This is, collective as well. We kind of like to show parts of ourselves that we're comfortable with showing, you know. So maybe when it comes to our aesthetic style, I can only speak for myself here. I'm comfortable being on camera if I feel like I look cute. If I feel a little less put together, I struggle with loving that my reflection just as much. You know, I'll be honest with that. And maybe some of you guys, this doesn't just have to be about the way you look, okay? But maybe it's even like when you've been through a shit storm and you've even been doing things that you're not so proud of, or that you feel like, oh, I don't know. Maybe you guys sometimes keep things to yourself. But you're getting to this next state of your life, I feel, where you're opening up in a very authentic way, where it's like every part of me is worthy of being seen. And even me filming this right now, I'm like, can I say this? Can I film this? Can I put this out? I don't know why these thoughts come into my mind, but I think it's part of what I'm channeling. It's like, by being who you are, you're good enough. Showing yourself, even telling people or being real about not being perfect, is something that is inspiring and is difficult for you guys maybe at times, but you guys are stepping into that more and more. There's something about you, maybe, something is being burned down. Maybe a little bit of ego, a little bit of a protection mechanism of showing your true vulnerability or showing your imperfections. It's being burned down for this like pure version of you to arise. The version that makes mistakes, or that sometimes may look a little less put together than other times. But that's only kind of an illusion, because everything we've been through builds us up to be where we're having to go, you know? And that's what I'm seeing. Maybe it's about surrendering a bit of a protection mechanism that you've built, maybe to be criticized, or maybe you had such high ideals for yourself that you weren't always comfortable with showing when you are less than ideal. Maybe it's also, I can relate to that, Pa One. I feel quite comfortable when I can show myself in such a way where I feel good about myself, but sometimes showing myself in a less strong or less powerful way, I find it difficult, because I've had even people leave me, not necessarily for that, but I've had people leave me in my experience because maybe I was too much or too intense. Maybe you guys have as well, and maybe therefore sometimes you downplayed a little bit about what was going on within you. But you're going to this next phase speaking from a place of strength, and strength is also vulnerability. If something bothers you and you speak up about it, the right people will only love you more. They will only respect and appreciate you more. And the people who judge you, leave you, or cannot take it is because they cannot take that vulnerability within themselves. It's not because of you. It's because they lack their own power to look at themselves in a vulnerable and real way. All right? Preach. So we have, my heart is a compass. The path of love is true abundance. Yes, and look at the buffalo woman. you guys are starting to really become more and more of this warrior spirit in an authentic way, though. It's like being strong isn't looking so put together that nothing ever bothers you. If I see people like that who never speak up and they just make it sound like everything is so perfect, I don't respect that more. No, I don't. True strength is coming from sometimes owning as well that life can get hard, that you can feel sad, and that you're going through things. That shadow and light aspect of you, both of those things make you strong. Not just the lies, not just when you're happy and perfect, if perfect is even something that I want to name because it's an illusion. But even if you look like put together, you're still as good enough if you don't. And trust me, I'm telling this to myself as well, because this is harder than it looks. It's harder than it looks. I get you. So now let's get how your style is changing, your aesthetic is changing. Part of you is changing by showing your wounds, by showing the parts that you're maybe a little less comfortable with. It's the bravery that you guys have, and I cannot say this enough, pal, to you have such a brave spirit for doing things that you're less comfortable with and speaking up about that, instead of being like, oh yeah, I took this class the other day, and yeah, I think I was one of the best because I was blah 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 blah. You guys are like, you know what, I took this class the other day and it actually kind of made me nervous and it was kind of a big thing, but I'm proud of myself for doing it. That's how you guys are articulating yourself, not from ego, but from what's really going on in your heart, how you're really feeling, and not from a place of dumping stuff onto others, but just being real, just being like, yeah, some things have been a struggle for me, some things have felt really tough, but I'm coming out stronger and stronger and stronger. Pile 3. And even let's talk a little bit about the appearance, right? Because we want to know about that too. The way that you're presenting yourself is more real. That's the first thing that I'm getting. You're presenting yourself more real. And for some of you, I literally see, sorry, I'm going to put the cards here. I'm taking the cards too long. I'm so sorry. I really felt drawn to them strongly. What I'm hearing is that for some of you, I even see her with having her little eyeliner on, and here I feel like this woman is wearing less makeup. So maybe it is in such a way too, where it's like, I'm gonna accept the light within me, the beauty within me, but also the darkness within me. And I'm not saying like if you're not wearing makeup, you're dark. No, but I'm saying like the darkness can be the insecurity at times, you know? So I'm seeing you guys kind of embracing a more natural sense of beauty, a more natural sense of carrying yourself, of speaking, a more authentic way of being, you know? So I'm not saying you're not authentic if you like to get polished, you know, but the authenticity is about being just as comfortable with yourself without the glam. Confident when you're happy, but also like proud and confident within yourself when you're going through it a little bit. And also about like being able to show it to people, because there's so much strength in vulnerability, Paul, too. And look at her, like she is amazingly unique. Maybe you guys have experienced a bit with face paint, body paint, extensions, or like feathers in the hair, or you're wearing some tribal, I don't know, like a shark tooth, or I don't know, things that you collected, like show them in your aesthetic. Maybe you're even connecting to a past life as being like in a tribal environment, like as a past, in a past life, and you now like to collect things that have meaning to you, for example. Let's do a little bit more because I don't know how freaking long I've been talking about this. Pile 2, oh, sorry, Pile 2 spirits. How is their style? And okay. There's a lot coming through, but I'm gonna keep this a little bit concised. Is that a word? I don't think that is a word. Concised? I don't know. Yeah, I love this. We have knowing. And again, this card came out in my past life reading as well. Like, hint, if you want to know more about your past lives, maybe you feel drawn to that reading. But what I want to say is that knowing is coming up in a way where it's like you guys are getting in tune more with intuitive knowledge, but also the way that you carry yourself is about, I know that I'm strong, I know that I'm good enough, even if I struggle, even if sometimes my pride, I was having a conversation with myself about pride too, the other day, where it's like, pride is from ego. We all have our pride, we all do, but sometimes we have to put it aside to let our heart really speak for what's going on. And I think you guys are doing that too, because look at this. She is standing like in perfect, like it's almost so perfect, so polished, with the golden headpieces, the golden jewelry, the hair, the corsets, everything. Oh, sorry. Everything is kind of cinched to perfection, and maybe you guys are like that a little bit. I know I am like that, where the aesthetic and the style, part of us has maybe a perfectionist side, or the way that we like to come across sometimes is to show the good in ourselves. That's human. But the good in ourselves isn't just the polished versions of ideals that we create in our head. The good in ourselves is also our vulnerability, our way of just being. Also, when we woke up and we are maybe a little less polished, we're good enough as we are. So maybe your aesthetic with grooming, I love the combination. It's like you guys are looking after yourself and like loving yourself maybe in multiple ways, where it's like I can be polished and enjoy being polished and looking good, but I deserve to love myself just as much when, for example, my hair is a mess or my skin is having a little breakout, and you're working through that. But it's not just, like I said, it's not just the aesthetic, the style in a physical way. It's also like, if I speak up, as a reader, or if maybe something you do in your profession as well, there are days that I'm feeling very articulate, I feel very intelligent, I feel very very good and confident about how my message is coming across. And there are times where I'm stumbling on my words a little bit more, and it's like both sides can help. Sometimes when I watch a reading and I see a reading fumble a little bit, I'm like, I love it because we all go through it. It's relatable. It can create connection. So imperfection, I don't even like that word. How you might perceive it at times. Spirit is saying this can often create more connection than you realize, because the right people that you're meant to connect with, pal, to aren't all perfect. Maybe they carry themselves as perfect, but those are not your people. You want people to be real, and therefore you're breaking down barriers where you have protected yourself sometimes from showing the realest, darkest parts of yourself. All right, let's do some zodiac messages, okay? No, I feel drawn to do. By the way, I see something about your hair. Maybe some of you are growing out your hair too. Yeah, I definitely see for you. I don't know if I, by the way, said that already. Okay, I'm gonna do a couple of written messages for how their style and aesthetic is changing. All right, we have you're about to meet someone new. I think it's like this new version of yourself arising through allowing it to come out, even though it's always been there, to allow others to see you in such a way too. And maybe it's even helping you attract new people that are more in alignment with you, because it's like people might have been scared to get close to you because they felt like, oh, you have everything so put together, or you have everything going on for you, or the only thing that fits in your lifestyle is happiness, perfection, and things like that. And it's like, maybe it's been a bit intimidating, but you're allowing people closer to you because you're like allowing yourself to be seen more fully. Also, for being a mess at times, aren't we all? We are. You know you're powerful, how you just manifest your dreams into reality. Yeah, you guys are close to manifesting. I feel like more connection through something very authentic, through actually not feeling judged by people, because it's like, wow, we can all talk here about the things that we go through, and we don't look at each other sideways like, what? You what? Like, no, I appreciate you. I don't even know what the fuck that was about, you know? All right, let's see some zodiac signs. Pooh. No, I'm gonna take 4. Yeah, otherwise it's gonna be a bit too much for my brain. Okay, we have Aries rising. Yeah, so the Aries rising, it really reminds me of someone who carries themselves with a bit of boldness, with a bit of courage to be who they are. Like, Aries is quite a confident, independent sign, but what I like about Aries too is that often people with Aries placements, you know, if it's developed well, they can kind of say exactly what they mean. And when it's developed well, it can be good. If it's developed a little less well, it can be a bit ruthless. But I feel like you guys are stepping into more of, this is who I am, you know, all of it, the mess as well, and I deserve to be loved through everything. And I feel like you guys are even carrying yourself as being quite proud of yourself for being, yeah, like for rising through these tough times and being more and more of your authentic self. And a lot of you are even stepping into like this leader position to inspire others to embrace themselves more too. Yeah, we have the 5th house and the 11th house. Interesting, because it's Leo and Aquarius, and they are opposite signs, sister signs here as well. And those signs both do talk about connection, Pal 2. There is an emphasis on, yeah, on finding your tribe. I think a lot of you that feel drawn to this pile have had a bit of a struggle with finding authentic connections, or being able to truly let your guard down around new people, or showing your, yeah, your whole being, you know, who you really are. And I feel like you're getting closer to find your tribe as you are meant to be someone in this life to shine your realness on people. That's what I'm seeing. So how's your aesthetic and style and creative energy evolving? Maybe getting some people around you that either learn from you, or that, oh no, my earring, that like really relate to you, like finding community through being like your most authentic, real self. And I feel like there's even some joy coming in for you when connecting with people, because maybe you share something with someone and you're like, oh fuck, was I supposed to say that? And they actually look at you with a lot of love and a lot of care, because they're like, you know what? This person is real and I admire that. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, we even have Scorpio Mars. How's your aesthetic and style changing? It's like owning your shadow. It's like maybe you guys are even owning more of like your deeper desires or your deeper like past life connections, where it's like, oh wait, I'm learning so much more about who I am, and even deeper layers of myself that I feel like I've been buried are coming to the surface. Or even people that, you know, might not have been truthful at some point with you, all of a sudden desire to be more open with you, because they see you putting in such a beautiful leading example of acceptance for people around you. This is not just about you. This is about you shining to the world that everyone should be good enough as they are. And as a reader, it's like, I'm here preaching everyone, you're beautiful as you are, but girl is not coming on camera with ratchet like makeup or ratchet hair, and I'm like, it's contradicting what you're speaking of. But that's my progress, and it takes a little while, but I'm admitting to that being a thing for me. And maybe you guys have something like that coming through as well, where you are this leader and you're leading a lot of people, but you're also leading by example and still having to go through some wounds yourself. Let's do one thing, because I feel like maybe something good is about to manifest for you guys. Maybe let's see what that's about for my pile 3. Yes. Babe, your lonely days are over soon. We are bringing you connection. This is connection. A difficult cycle is coming to an end, closure. You're closing out a cycle of being alone or feeling like the people that were around you were always leaving, you know. That's what I have for you, pile 2, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and let me know in the comments down below, and hopefully I'll see you on one of my other readings. Bye. Hi pile 3, and welcome back to the Divine Feminine Energy channel. So in today's pick a card reading, we're doing a very exciting reading. We're looking into how your style, ooh, I almost had to sneeze. I think it's gone. How your style, your aesthetic, as well as your creative, your creative power, like, is changing and evolving. And we're also looking into like how people are going to be perceiving you through this rise of the aesthetic. Whoa. This almost fell. What is funny, like, I felt my dress, I put it on the back with a thing because it's not the right size for me, and it almost fell off. So I ain't trying to do no OnlyFans on this channel. No, I'm not trying to do that anyway. But what I felt with that, maybe some of you guys have been losing weight, for example, or just in general your body type is kind of changing or shifting, or there's even this energy of maybe you guys getting more comfortable, either like with showing skin, or even nudity, because I picked up on kind of this energy of I deserve to love myself for all that I am. And maybe that could have to do also with, you know, loving the skin that you're in even without clothes. That's what I'm seeing for some of you, because I don't know, when things happen during a reading, I always make sure to see if it is a message. And I do feel like it could have to do with, showing more skin, or a change in the size of your clothing, or yeah, like just wanting to expose more of your skin, of your body, because you're feeling a lot more confident and comfortable in it. Love that. Or even exploring like your body more, and maybe exploring your style, maybe renewing. Okay, now let's get some cards. Pile 3 spirit guides. How is their style and aesthetic and creativity evolving? Yes, we have this sacral chakra color, like this light orange is what she's wearing. So I definitely get why I was picking up on, yeah, maybe sexually getting more comfortable with yourself, or just in general, the sacral chakra does deal a lot with our self-respect and the way that we look at ourselves as well. The compassion that we have for ourselves and our physical body and our needs and our wants and our, yeah, like the things that we enjoy in our lives. We have the goddess of discernment. I spent my time wisely. I only say yes if it's a holy hell yes. I love it. I think that this card, I don't know, I love it so much in your reading. I really felt quite strongly drawn to it. So how is pile 3, their aesthetic and creativity and style changing? I think you guys are, maybe I hear the word like passion. So maybe a lot of the things that you're doing, the people you're spending time with, the clothes that you're wearing, maybe there is just going a lot more, feeling like a lot more true passion into it. Like maybe when you were younger, it was like, okay, I would do something maybe because I see it happening around me, so I'll do it too. And right now it's like, you know what, no. Is what I'm doing truly bringing me happiness? Is it truly in resonance with what I want to do? Even I kind of love that outfit. If I could have that outfit, I would wear that outfit. Like the kind of wing-like fur and then a golden armor. Gosh, you look good. So maybe it's even like the things that you put together. It isn't just like, oh, let's wear this tight top because it looks good. No, even if you do want to wear that tight top, love it. But there goes a little bit more thought into how things make you feel, you know? Not just how things look, but how things make you feel. And I feel like that transcends to every area of your life as of right now. It's like you guys are really prioritizing feeling good with yourself. It's like something that's really starting to arise for you. I feel it's passion. Passion in your life and passion in maybe even your aesthetic and your style. Maybe for some of you, pile 3, you've experienced a little less of passion in knowing this is what I'm wearing, this is what I'm gonna do, this is who I want to hang out with. Maybe you've been in a little bit of a void where it's like, why has it been so difficult for me to say yes to this new clothing or to this new thing that I'm trying out? Maybe you're in a little bit of that period where it's like, what do I truly feel like fits me as a person, as like on a soul level? It's not just about clothing, but it could be about like clothing and creative expression, or you're writing a song or you're creating and you're like, yeah, but I don't know if this is fully it. That kind of energy is what I'm getting. Like you guys are maybe on the verge of a bit of a breakthrough when something is gonna happen where you're like, holy hell yes. Like she is like, holy hell yes. So maybe it is a style. Like maybe you guys are like, I've been going through that a little bit as well. Like mostly fashion is one of my biggest passions in life. But lately, I just haven't resonated with a lot what I've been seeing around me. Maybe it's a sign, I don't know. But I feel like you guys are on the verge of being able to really say yes to something. Knowing really like this fits me, or this is what I want to put out there. If you're a creator, you're like getting maybe a little bit perfectionistic, so watch out for not being too perfectionistic, that it might become a little bit of an obstacle. But I feel that's not what is happening right now. What is happening right now is being very discerning about where you're putting your energy and time, where you're putting your money maybe as well. Like when you were younger, you would buy a whole bunch of things, or you would put a whole bunch of pictures out on Instagram, and you would just be like, no, now you really want what you're wearing, what you're buying, what you're doing to represent where your vision is going, to really feel like this is me. This is, yeah, this is what feels right. That's what I'm getting for you guys. Sorry, pal 3, the camera got cut off. But what I was saying is that overall with this card, what I can see is that your body image is improving. And I love this orange because I feel like there's really an emphasis on the sacral chakra. It's really about, being kinder to yourself as well, is what I'm seeing. To the way you look too. So let's see a little bit more. Let's do one more card for you guys, for my pal 3s. How is their style, aesthetic changing? Ooh, love this. What a fierce card. We have Freyja Yogini, the essence of all Buddhas. I have the power to make each moment sacred. Everything is material for my liberation. Isn't that beautiful? First of all, let's talk about her face though. What I love, because here her face is clearly very natural, and in this card she did like the little cat eyeliner and a nice little lip. So I feel like maybe you guys playing around with expression of makeup too, where one day you look more natural, the other day you might like to put on a little bit of makeup. You might kind of like play around with that a little bit, is what I'm getting. But both of these cards really talk about making each moment count. Like here she's like, I'm only saying a holy hell yes if I feel like this is what I want to do, if this is what I feel like my soul, my heart compels me to do. And here she is also like, I have the power to make each moment sacred. I have the power to choose where I put my energy, where I put myself, in what situations I put myself. So I feel like you guys, aesthetic, creativity, the way you're carrying yourself is like way more of a free being, a free spirited soul, where it's like, I don't live under anyone's expectations or anyone's like wants, desires, or whatever it is that they want for me, but my own. So I choose to be where I want to be. And I even feel like for a lot of you, you're actually spending money or spending time on evolving. Like, for example, taking new classes or like doing some new things. I definitely feel an energy of curiosity, of wanting to learn, wanting to evolve, wanting to try new things. And that's what I like about her, because maybe even in your clothing, because you guys are free spirits and you want to feel free within, you might exude it in wearing like clothes that flow. Because look at her, I don't know what it is that she's wearing, but her dress or her scarf, it's really kind of flowing with the wind because it really represents her soul. So maybe you guys like to wear things that flow a lot more, or you like to kind of feel, because here she's wearing, yeah, I don't know, here she's wearing maybe a little bit more fitted clothing, and here a little bit more like loose clothing. But both of these give me a feeling of what I'm wearing, what I'm doing, where I'm spending my time really reflects from how I really feel within, you know? So there are days that you might like, I like the combination here. I feel in one of the cards she is kind of having this amazing outfit, but she's putting on a very natural look on the face, and the other one she's like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do my face today, but I'm just gonna wear something that feels very comfortable. So maybe you guys play around with that a little bit, like you don't feel like, oh, you can only wear a nice outfit if your makeup is done. You know, this is just for the aesthetic part of the reading. Some things that I might see that you guys are feeling. Oh, by the way, you have beautiful lips. Like maybe you look very good from this angle, like not from like but from like your face like this. You have a very beautiful face, pile 3. Maybe playing with eyebrows, eyeliner. I do see some of you like to play with makeup a little bit. All right, love that. Let's do a little bit more. Pile 3 spirit guides, can you please give us a little bit more about how their aesthetic, their style, and their creativity is evolving? You know, I feel like maybe you're drawn to Pile 1 a little bit as well, because there was that element, I'm not going to say too much, but there was an element of combining things that maybe don't necessarily usually go together or that you usually put together, but making it work. All right, Pile 3 spirit guides, how is their all right, we have the traveling. Yeah, this is really my pile stepping into more and more liberating, free-spirited energy, even through their aesthetic and creative style. So whatever that means for you, yeah, look at, I never saw that in this card. Look how ripped this fucking robot is. I think it's a robot. I don't know what it is. Look how unique that is. So like the bottom half is kind of like a belly dancing skirt, and then the chest may look and the shoulders is a little bit more broad, and the waist is a little bit more thin. So for some of you, I feel like you're getting more muscular. I'm seeing getting more muscular, or you're like, really, what I like is putting things together. I see this coming up strong in my readings today, and I was having a bit of a channeling about that before the readings. Putting things together where you're like, usually people might think it doesn't go together, but it goes together. Look at this card. If you look at it, you don't necessarily know right away what it is, but it's still an intriguing card. So maybe you guys are like that as well. Like you're embracing that duality within you, within your expressions too. Or putting things together that aren't meant to be together when it comes to how the outside world looks at it. But when you wear it, people are like, damn, she make it work, or he make it work. And I see more than anything, Pile 3, there's something about your body getting more toned, or the structure of your body either getting more muscular, or maybe if you've been wanting to gain a little weight, gaining a little weight. I do see you guys really the body shape as well, shifting, whether that's the way you view it or like shifting, or whether you're actually like working out more and you're getting a bit more ripped. Love that card. Look at that card. I even feel, look, in both of the cards, she's kind of standing with her hands in her, what is it? It's a power pose, right? I think it's a power pose if you stand like that. So it's kind of like you guys maybe getting more confident in doing things, even outside just aesthetic style, like maybe being in different situations. You're trying out new things, doing things, but you are getting, even if you don't feel like it right now, you're getting into carrying yourself a lot more confidently wherever it is that you're going with the travel card. I do feel this energy of you guys not really wanting to be in one place. Maybe you're like, okay, one day I'm doing this type of sport, and the other day I don't know, working on my craft. Like maybe that is also the multiple energies that I'm picking up on, like in the things that you're doing. But it's like you're moving in a lot of different directions at this time. But even in your style, in your aesthetic, in the way that you're carrying yourself, people might be like, damn, pile 3, I thought they were doing this, and now you're doing this, this, and that. Like people may have a little bit of a difficult time figuring out what it is that you're doing. I do have to say, because all of a sudden I was like, try and kind of calm yourself a little bit, if that's what you're going through with the solar eclipse, because I do feel for some of you it might feel a little bit chaotic. Maybe this represents that you have so many ideas and visions that you want to do, and right now the energy is wanting you to ground them a little bit. But it's good. It's positive. I'm saying it's positive because you guys are tapping into that free-spirited nature where you can do whatever it is that you want to do and learn and build in whatever areas that you want to build. Ow, my eye. Woo. Let's say a little bit more. Let's do a little bit of written messages to see a bit more of a clearer message on how your style, aesthetic, and creativity is evolving. Pile 3. Yes. You got a face straight out of magazine. Some of you might even feel or will be feeling a lot more confident within like your facial beauty. I don't know if that's a word. Maybe some of you struggle with that. Maybe you're first starting to tap into, yeah, there is a bit of a disconnect that I'm picking up on that you might have experienced in your life that is balancing out. Look, in this card, the body is honestly kind of disconnected from the face, right? Look at that card. So maybe there is one part of you that you're starting to feel very, very confident in, and maybe there's one part of you that you feel like you're healing more. Or maybe those parts are finally starting to come together. Like you can say, I'm beautiful all over. I have a popping body and I have a good face, instead of maybe separating those things. I don't know. For some of you, let me know if that resonates, because I do feel this card gives me a feeling of being a little bit disconnected, even though that when I look at this as a reader, I see someone with overall a very, very beautiful physique. But maybe, yeah, there is a little bit of disconnect from up to down. I don't know why. Let me know if that resonates. But we have financial increases coming. Maybe you guys spend more money on your aesthetic or on evolving as a person, on doing new things. That's what I'm really, really seeing. Nothing is as it seems. This is difficult to read because there is something hidden. There is something hidden in your energy. Yeah, it is even giving me a little bit of a headache, I'm not gonna lie. Look, maybe this is part of what I was saying. You guys are always switching it up. You're always like kind of evolving, and when people think they got you figured out, you're doing something else, or you're doing more, or whatever it is. But there's also something that I cannot completely put my finger on, and it makes me be flushed with heat. That sometimes happens when I'm channeling, like I get a lot of heat in my body. Let me see, let me take a second. Yeah, so for some of you it's a message, like maybe there's a lot of things that you guys are wanting to do or doing or trying to figure out. There's an energy of multiple things trying to kind of ground into bringing you more balance. So Spirit is saying, calm down a little bit, because we have your back, and the road that you're going to travel is going to be the road that's best for you. And we're so proud of you for trying different things, from putting your energy in different things. But something divinely timed might come on your path that, no matter how many things you're going to do, is going to be meant for you. Because I do feel like an energy of, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this. Or for some of you, wondering what it is that you're going to do. And I think there's some divine timing at play. Let's do some zodiac messages to close off your reading. Oh my god, there's so much energy. I'm gonna redo the... No, I'm not gonna redo this. That's the energy, you guys, with you. Am I gonna do this? Am I gonna do that? Maybe some of you are experiencing that. I feel like the solar eclipse energy right now is quite heavy, even though you don't have to watch this on a solar eclipse. But that's why I'm in this energy of feeling a little bit chaotic. And I think there's gonna be more grounding coming your way to ground some sort of idea in which you can move forward. Yeah, we have rising Aquarius. I definitely get Aquarius energy from your pile. You have such a beautiful, unique, talented energy to you, and a lot of ideas, or maybe even a lot of ideas. I got British all of a sudden. That's not a good British accent. Doesn't matter. Like a lot of things that you have that are so unique about you, unique qualities, maybe even unique features, and I think you guys are embracing it more, like doing things that are a bit out of the box, even in your style and aesthetic, where you're like, you know what, why not do I don't know, a blue eyeliner and a green top. I don't know, this is a stupid example, but it can go way beyond the physical looks. It can even go like creating things that normally don't go together, but putting them together anyways, or experiencing things about yourself that you felt like, I don't know, if I ever was able to see those two sides of me kind of coexisting and allowing them to coexist. For example, there's a lot of energy coming through right now. For example, like I said, it is a bit similar to pile 1, where it was like the feminine and masculine, the soft and the more assertive, or the very logical, like I'm gonna study, I don't know, mathematics, or I'm gonna study, I don't know, something a bit more logical, but at the same time I'm gonna do something very spiritual or very like intuitive, like nurture babies. Who says it like that? Babysit. Nurture babies. Oh my god, what's happening? All right, let's move on. That went south real quick. We have Aries moon. Yes, I love this. You guys are picking up on a lot of things that you want to do, don't you? Because the Aries moon can be a little bit very, very passionate, but a little bit quick to move. And I feel like you guys are going to experience a whole lot of things to bring you to maybe a passion that you can really grow further in. But yeah, I keep hearing to ground a little bit your ideas. And we have we don't have Scorpios. For some of you, maybe Scorpio is also in this energy because we do have a lot of sacral chakra, like, yeah, kind of things. I know why I said Scorpio. Some things being hidden from you, meant for you, surfacing. I don't know what it is about for it. It could be different for anyone. But there's something I feel divinely kind of coming to the surface. I don't know. We could get one card to kind of see what that's about. But we have Taurus Sun and Virgo Sun. Yeah, we saw the financial increase, and this again makes me feel like maybe you guys are doing a lot of things to kind of be able to make more money at some given point. What is that? Sorry. I don't know what that was. But what I'm picking up on is maybe some of the things that you're studying or learning right now, they're going to contribute in one way or another with your career at a given point. Or you're learning like a little bit of side hustle for your career, or you're actually trying to figure out where you're going to go with your career, and maybe some sort of revelation in regards to that will be brought to you. And we have Mars in Pisces. Yeah, it's a lot of mutable energy. You guys are very creative, and your creativity can be expressed in multiple ways, but right now I feel like something might happen to get you on a little bit more of a, this is where your focus should really be, because you can do a lot of things, which is good for you. I would never say only do one thing. It's so good to focus on multiple things, but there is maybe one thing that will arise that is going to be kind of very important for you moving forward, where maybe a little bit more of your attention is going to go. Let's see what that is about. Oh my god. A trip, travel, nature, sun, fun. Yeah, right now you're exploring, aren't you? You're really exploring a lot of things, maybe a lot of sides on of yourself, of where you want to go. Like right now you're really exploring. But where is it that that may be like revealed, or that may be coming? We have you're a mystery. It's hard to read you. I want to know more. I don't think I'm meant to know exactly what's going to be arising, but it's like something mysterious does feel like is in the air for you. Maybe it does have to do with like your aesthetic, your creative, like there's always something a little bit mysterious about the way that you carry yourself, because you're always evolving in ways that never is truly expected. But I also feel like there might be something mysterious happening for you, where it's like you might not see clearly what is going on, what the deeper like way is where you're going, but you're actually doing a lot of things and you're going to be on the right track. I think that's the main thing that I want to close the reading off with. You're on the right track, you're doing well, and you're going to ground into maybe a little bit more clarity if that's what you're seeking right now, or a little bit more balance in what you're gonna put your energy towards. Because maybe you guys either feel like you want to do a lot of things, or some of you feel like nothing is really feeling right now. Could be either way, but you're going to get to, I hear the way, like the right path where it feels a little bit maybe more stable. All right, pile 3, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again on one of my other readings. Bye.